Hello everybody, here is video number 2, and everything is working well. As you can see, you can actually see me this time. Look at that. It's amazing what just a little change in the lighting, just one little tweak will do, and now I'm here. Okay, so I still don't have screen share, and I'm still doing all my charts over on my Facebook page, and I don't know. I might keep it that way, at least for a little while. I'm going to keep doing some experimenting in the meantime. If I don't get charts on here, bummer, whatever. This is a financial page, but, we're going to talk about some other stuff too, because finance can be really boring. It's all numbers and lines and Fibonacci's, cool Italian last names and things like that. So I think I might be putting a little twist on this page, because why not have a little bit of fun while we're talking about finance? I think that's the problem. Like so many of these financial pages, they're just so freaking boring. They're so boring to listen to, and I understand. Like when I first started finance, it's like I loved it. I've always loved trading. The idea of trading, the idea of uncertainty and risk. It's fascinating. But it's just not entertaining. Why can't we talk about something ridiculous too? Add a little bit of comedy to it. So on that note, we'll get into the boring stuff. We did see more chaos in the stock market today. What do you know? After last week's big FOMO day, where they're sending this thing up 3%, which is locks in the fact that this market is absolutely weak right now and unhealthy. They're continuing to take this thing up. We're still looking for that 2,600 target. I'm not the only one saying that level's out there, which makes me wonder, is it a real level? I think so. Breakdown points always seems to be a great resistance target. On my Facebook page, I'll tell you what I'm getting into. On here, I don't think I really care to say when I'm trading and when I'm getting in, just for the simple fact that this is public and you should make your own decisions when you're trading, not follow somebody else, because that's stupid. Yes, I do have my reference point over here because there's just way too many numbers. Crude oil is popping off a little bit. Supposedly OPEC's talking about production cuts again. We see what happened the last time they talked about production cuts. Crude oil got hammered down to $42 from $50, almost 20%. So just judging by that fact, it seems apparent that OPEC is just really losing their sway in the crude market, which good. I hope they do, because I don't like cartels, especially government-run monopolies, anything, like what's going on in Saudi Arabia. I don't like that. I like free markets. I like competition. That's what keeps things good. That's what keeps things cheap. And we'd like to continue to see them that way. Interest rates on the 30-year, and I'm going to talk about the 30-year because that's what I trade. Can't even see. Trading views being weird. They're a great reference. They really are. 2.97, slightly higher. Is that 0.04, 0.13%. Not much of a change in bonds, which hopefully they do. I mean, I've been looking for lower bond prices, sending rates slightly higher. How much higher? I think it's hard to say, because we do have Fed Chair Powell, who's now a big dove on rates. That's supposedly out of right field. I don't think that is. I don't think they ever planned on taking rates that high. They can't. I mean, any element of common sense will tell you that you can't raise rates higher than they are. I mean, really, I can't believe that they're even this high with the amount of debt, that's floating around out there. I think it's just absolute insanity. I don't think they're going to let rates get that high. If they do, they're gone. As soon as rates go to the market, this thing's gone. It's over. So on that note, I mean, there's just not a whole lot like news-wise to really talk about. And if I can't show you the charts, like it, it's kind of difficult to really explain to you my way of trading. Like technicals always come first in my world, always. In an efficient market, fundamentals are always priced in, and I do believe we have an inefficient market, even though there's an element of manipulation. I do believe we have some of the most efficient markets really ever in history. With all the technology that we have, one tick wide, it's great. So I think the technicals, especially at these levels, are way more important. And I just think it's funny when you hear the news says, there's it's a red day in the market and everything's doom and gloom, and then it's up, and they're like, oh, stocks are recovering, even though we're clearly on a downswing. I mean, it's unbelievable. And that's why, like, I try to stay away from the news. It's hard, and I don't really want to report on the news a whole lot here. I mean, the China thing, yeah, it's good to know, and you need to know what the Fed is doing. But as it stands with, constantly just trading off the news, I think that's silly. I think that's ridiculous. You're either selling premium, far out of the money, or you are trading using technical analysis, because all this junk they put on in the news is just, it's all fake. It's not meant to inform you. It's a bunch of garbage. We're here to make money. We're not here to be right. And generally, I find that when you're using a lot of fundamental analysis, you're constantly trying to be right. You don't have your risk set, and you just make stupid moves. It's like trading is like math, and geometry, essentially. It's averages and geometry. That's all it is. So you can get tied up in the news all the time, and then forget about what really matters, which is the price. That's my opinion. You're going to have all these guys come out and tell you technical analysis doesn't work, and da-da-da-da-da, and, those are mostly premium selling people, which, yeah, you do have a far better chance of making money with selling premium, especially naked options. But one thing that those guys will never tell you is that your risk to reward is substantially smaller, like the gap. Like you're risking $1,000 to make 100, and even though you might be right 85% of the time, when you're wrong once, it can wipe out all your profits. I think risk management is just so much more difficult with that. So I'll take my 50% chance of winning for the probability of, making more money per trade when I'm right. I'll take that any day. Premium is, some premium is a great strategy. It's just, you cap your returns to make your risk unlimited, and that's one thing that I think is just absurd. If you make money selling premium, more power to you. I'm not one of these guys that's out here like, technical analysis doesn't work and momentum strategies are ridiculous and Forex and all. It's like, there's people that make money doing everything. Are they going to show you? No, because they don't need to prove anything to you. Like, you shouldn't have to prove to people. Like, make your argument and debate your argument and go from there. The only people that tell you technical analysis doesn't work are the people that fail at using it. People that don't have enough of a stomach to hold on to a losing trade until it goes to where you're wrong. Bottom line, that's my opinion. I mean, get a Wall Street veteran, maybe they'll tell you otherwise, but you know what? I'm on this page. I'm not here to sugarcoat things, and quite frankly, I hope you're offended. Say something. If I'm wrong, then tell me why. Don't just get all offended and be a troll. Like, trolls are just people that don't have arguments. Basically, it's it. And considering that this is video number 2, we're probably not going to have anybody debating subjects like that, which is fine. I really don't have time for that anyways. So on that note, I'm going to continue working on getting charts up here. and continue on making more and more segments that are fun and entertaining and quite possibly controversial because I can, and I think it's hilarious. So I will talk to you at a future date. I'm probably not going to be doing these daily on here. However, I will be back for more. Until next time, take care, YouTube universe. Vincent Freese logging out.